And how do you think, right now we talk about we want teachers to be vulnerable. What do you think of in terms of the collaborative process? Do you think that we're making an evolution towards giving students more ownership through the culture of excellence?
I think we should be, for sure. I came from the Oka people, Scott, and some of your teachers were too, because they had come from teachers who were very domineering, control, my way or the highway, and you can get a group to be really good really fast that way, out of fear motivation. It works. I mean, I'm good at it. And so are some of my students who unfortunately modeled it, because I modeled my directors. That was the tools I had. In today's world, I just don't think, I think students are more aware of what's going on globally just because of the sophistication of communication, and they are smarter about individual responsibilities in many cases. And it's their choir, it's their orchestra, it's their band, it's not ours, it's theirs. And the more we, and I think it's like driving a car. You have to go, whoa, we got to put some guardrails over here. But they can do it. And if you and I find ourselves doing something that a student could do and take ownership of it, it would be like a doctor prescribing aspirin. And over here, somebody who needs surgery. But the doctor has time, right? You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Teach them to do that. Teach them the ownership, correct where there's, prescribe what it needs to go. And then they take ownership of it. And then they connect emotionally with it. It becomes part of their fabric.
Right.
And that's not easy to do for control freaks like me, because I know I can get it right.
Well, I think all of us have some of that in us, and so the ability to relinquish some of that. And so what would you say in regards to music educators in terms of building those relationships first?
Oh, I think that's absolutely. I mean, you got to lay the foundation for the house. Cart before the horse type thing. and there's so many people, I think, that go, okay, we'll do it now. We got that done. Now we're going to go over here. No, it's all the time. You water the plant every day, right? You turn it so the sun shines. We don't get enough sunshine. We got to turn it here. And that's constant. I mean, if you find a shortcut, call me collect anywhere in the world.
No, I think you're absolutely right. And the idea that it synergistically ultimately comes together.
It's all the same.
Through, yeah.
Because I don't think, and what I think, but I don't think the music's the stuff on the stands. I think that's the roadmap. I don't think the music is you up here doing this. I think it's in between here.
Right.
And they have to trust us enough to get in there and know they won't get hurt, because we're animals. We're survival creatures, right? So fight or flight's always there. And for us to be vulnerable enough to get in there to say, I missed the 3/8 bar.
Right.
It wasn't your fault, it was mine.
Well, and the other part of that too is I don't think you can truly make music in terms of emotion and expression in a toxic environment.
That's a good statement. I can't argue with you, no. You can play notes, you can sing notes, you can replicate what's on that roadmap, but as far as the magic, you can play perfectly in tune, articulation perfectly, but you don't get the mortar between the bricks.
Right.
Because I'm sure, haven't you heard performances that there's some intonation problems there, but oh my God, you melted.
Right.
And some that were absolutely perfect, almost sterile to the point of being. And it's like, okay.
Right. It's true.